Welcome to the StockMentor.com studios here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. I'm your stock mentor, Brian Johnson. Making professional trading simple. And we had an up day today in the markets, little gap up actually to start the day. So it was a very little up day. We started the day up about 4 or 5 points, ran another 4 or 5 points, and then quit. So not much. Once again, no real trading to be done today within the indices. So you had to be looking at some stocks if you wanted any real trading. But not unlike what I expected. Over the weekend, I mentioned that I certainly didn't think there'd be any reason this would not break up and over this overtrend line. The other two indices had already done it. Why not expect the Dow to do it? And it did it. So I said more aggressive. Could have got in at 10,350. Fortunately, it ran right to the 10,400 area, which was my next overhead level of resistance. But as we push forward, you'll see the other indices, SPX and NASDAQ, have pushed above these highs. So I really think the Dow is just the lagger here, and that eventually will. If you went long over 10,350 and decided to hold overnight, I wouldn't be all that scared at this point if you were bullish. I would certainly think that we can maybe make it above here and maybe make it back to that 10,500 area. So, as was expected, I said I have to do what the charts are telling me, and the charts were bullish. So I have to remain bullish. Notice that I did call for a run to 10,400 and then a push above that to 10,500. So after we broke that overhead resistance on the 60-minute, we ran right up to the 10,400 area and stopped. So, once again, this is not voodoo. I can show you how to do this. It's been a while since I've plugged it, but think about the mentoring courses, guys. I can show you how to do it. How much of an advantage would this have been in your trading if you knew how to do this for yourself and could just do it on your own? Once again, trying to teach you to fish as opposed to just giving you a fish every day allows you to make quicker decisions, better decisions, and more confident decisions. You won't be so scared about, well, do I go in? Do I not go in? Do I get out? Do I not get out? You'll just know what to do. And that's ultimately what the mentoring is all about, is giving you the confidence you need in the markets. So here we are, 10,400. Like I said, the other indices have pushed above their levels. No reason to think the Dow can't make this 10,500 level. Then I would start to get a little bit cautious if I was long the Dow at that point. I think you're playing with fire anything above this 10,500 level. Not saying that it can't make 10,600 or even 10,800. But for myself and my trading, my rules would tell me to be very cautious at the 10,500, move stops up or take my profits and just be happy with it. Once again, we cannot call tops and bottoms as much as we would love to. We can't call tops and bottoms. We just try to take chunks out of the middle. And that's all I'm trying to do on these trades here. So watch this tomorrow up over 10,400. If we get a little bit of a gap down in the morning, guys, I would still not be too dissuaded if I was bullish on this market. I wouldn't be too worried about that. If it was, just a small move down tomorrow, wouldn't surprise me in the least. To start the day, a couple points down maybe. If we gap up a little bit tomorrow, for myself, that's even more bearish. Bearish, not bullish. That's bearish. But doesn't mean we don't go a little bit more bullish tomorrow as well. I did mention Monday, Tuesday, early in the week, I could totally see this moving up. If it moves really slow, we could take all week to finish this little move to the upside before we get maybe a more major move to the downside. So I'm watching all of that as we proceed forward. And even after today's trading, I'm still not so far from the fact that we may go all week long, just ever so slightly inching our way up and up and up and up and up. However, gut tells me at this point, I'm going to be very careful over the next couple days. I'm really watching certain levels, one of them being 10,500 on the Dow. NDX on a 60-minute, you can see it blowing up and over these areas. I did mention that overhead area next would be 1840 to 1850. We may even be able to reach this 1860 area up here. Okay, so that would be my next level up and above all of this mess up here. And things tended to be a little bit slower today. Let me take a really quick look at the volume. Actually, honestly, not half bad volume. Nothing to write home about, but the volume was okay on the day. So right up here, 1840, 1850 was one of my overhead levels on the NASDAQ, above that 1860 for the NDX next. From a weekly standpoint, it is Monday, but you can see how this, at this point, sure looks like a continuation doji as opposed to a reversal doji. That's why we wait. However, guess what? We still need to wait because the week's not over yet. This could be a huge red candle by the end of the day, or by the end of the week. So we will wait. At this point, though, Looks like it's just one more stepping stone before a little further move up. We'll see how the rest of the week progresses. SPX on a 60-minute, here it is, 11:15. We did close just above it, but it's on it, it's right at it, it's just above it, it's right below it. However, when it closes right at a number like that, it's kind of could go either way, because right at the very last second of the day, a big buyer could have come in and maybe pushed it up ever so slightly just to get it up and over the 11:15 and give you one type of a look. However, I will tell you this does not look bearish in any way to me right now. So I'm still short-term bullish, longer-term bearish. What I'm watching here now is here's that push up and above this area that was above this bull flag. It rested up here, as I said, holding very nicely. We got the gap up today, continue to the upside, and now we're pushing past this 11:15, which was my next line in the sand. Now I'm looking at every 5 points from this point forward: 11:20, 11:25, 11:30, 11:35, 11:40, all the way up. Every 5 points, I'm looking at overhead resistance there. So be careful if you're long at this point. Still, we are up and over the 50-day moving average. This is another close above the 50-day moving average. The chart is still bullish to me, guys. I still have to remain neutral to bullish in the short term. There still could be a little bit more going on up here into this 11:20 to 11:30 area. Weekly chart. Once again, looks like it might be pushing up, but it's only Monday. We won't worry about it quite yet. VIX. Yes, it did. It moved down today, so still are getting a little bit of confirmation in the VIX as it slowly works its way back into these lower levels. Just, once again, no fear in the markets. VIX on a weekly, we just started. It's Monday, but I'm watching this green line down here. Any push below it, I think we retest these lows. Just showing, once again, how there's no real concern right now from the options buyers about the market going anywhere but up. Apple on a 60. Here was my call for the day. I said up and over this 2